Greetings, gamer guys and gals. Welcome to part 13 of my Let's Play Pokemon Scarlet. Ooh, it just began raining. And apparently, I'm standing directly on a spot where Larvitar can be found. That's fantastic! One of my favorite Pokemon of all time. I say that a lot, but I really do like a lot of the designs of the Pokemon, especially pseudos and legendaries. They're typically more or less my favorites. Interestingly enough, though, there's just about no pseudos or legendaries that are bug type, and that's probably my favorite type. Probably? But all that being set aside, because, you know, we're trying to play a game here. We're going to be going today and fighting the Starfall Street Mela. I'm guessing it's Mela and not Mela, because she doesn't have two L's in her name. That's how English works. Storming the Fire Crew's base, Mela of the Shadar Squad, I'm guessing, boss of Team Star's Fire Crew. Mela believes in solving every problem with force, and she is scarier to face than her Pokemon. But she has charisma, and always keeps her word, which has earned her the trust of her allies. So we're going to set this as destination, and we're also going to fly right over here. Because why in the world would we walk when we can fly? One of the cool things that I think has kind of been an improvement about Pokemon in general is how that the movement mechanics have been sort of like streamlined. And I say that with the utmost knowledge that a lot of people don't like all the changes that these games are producing. But you have to kind of appreciate what you know, the changes, the things that make each generation different. Each generation is going to be different, which is going to be fantastic. Having the same old game is kind of the reason why certain franchises, AAA titles, and even have kind of gone the way of the dodo bird concerning goodness and quality. I don't really know this Pokemon, but that doesn't look like his normal coloration, so we're going to check this out. Okay. No, doesn't look like a shiny. I'm not well versed enough in all the Pokemon to know whether or not a Pokemon is shiny or not, and that might seem silly to some people, but you know, there's like a billion Pokemon. Actually, there's 1,010, I think, now, which is pretty wild, especially considering that a lot of people kind of expect. Now this is personally funny in my opinion. Kind of expect Pokemon to, and we're going to be backing out of this fight immediately. Veluza kind of looks like a Porygon fish in a way. Very sharp angles, very steep, you know, like lines and whatnot, which I think is actually pretty cool. But setting that aside, this dude is trying to follow me, the Cyclizar. Setting that aside, the reason why you have to kind of accept, you know, the changes in generations, I'm talking about the good changes that are actually there on purpose, is because it makes things different. And 1,010 Pokemon, expecting that to be in every game is kind of a wild proposition. It's kind of a wild proposition, not gonna lie. Especially considering this Pokédex has 400 entries alone. Let alone the fact that we're probably going to have accessibility with Pokemon Home, so on and so forth, and whatnot. So, before we enter Star Mela's base, I have decided to put Veluza, Cloth, and Cyclizar as the 3 Pokemon that we're going to use in order to storm the base, due to the fact that Cyclizar resists fire, Cloth resists and is super effective against fire, and so is Veluza super effective and resists fire. I could have used Tauros, and Tauros would probably be great considering that Tauros needs levels, But I decided to use these three because, I don't know, I just think it would be cool to use them. Tauros has had his time to shine. I think after Mela, we're going to finally evolve Scarlet. I did say... No, we can do that now. Actually, you know what? We're going to do that now. We're not even probably going to use the Scarlet. But what we're going to do is... Nope. We're going to put away in your bag. And then... I don't know why I actually had that as, like... on the Pokemon. I'm not exactly sure why I did that. I mean, it was traded with that on them. But, you know. We're going to go ahead and use it, however. What? Scarlet is evolving. Congratulations, your Scarlet evolved into Cerulege. The fiery blades on its arms burn fiercely with the lingering resentment of a sword wielder who fell before accomplishing his goal. Weight 136 pounds, 5'3", fire ghost Pokemon, which is pretty cool. That means that we're going to have a ghost type move on our team, and a ghost type, a ghost type Pokemon on our team, which means we're going to have the ability to utterly thwomp and resist, totally immune to normal and fighting type moves. Alright, we're going to learn Shadow Claw because it's a fantastic move. Astonish is kind of pointless, aside from the 30% chance to flinch, which I don't think is a good enough chance, considering, being real here, considering the fact that it only has 30 base power. Alright, so we now have a Cerulege, and one thing we're going to do pretty much immediately is we're going to check summary and see if we can't remember a move. Night Slash, Leer, Solar Blade, Quick Guard. The user protects itself and its allies from priority moves. Not really that useful. Alright, so I don't know exactly when he learns his super special great move. I would learn Night Slash, but being honest, Shadow Claw is basically the same thing and its same type. Clear Smog has some uses, even though Cerulege is not a special attacker. I will eventually get rid of that, and Will-O-Wisp I'm probably keeping because it is a cool move. I don't know if it's always going to come in handy, but we are going to keep it for the time being. I do think this Pokemon does learn Swords Dance. I would like to have Swords Dance and maybe like 3 attacking moves on him. But one thing that's cool is that he's got a pretty good moveset for now and useful at that. We don't really have to worry about stat changes on a Pokemon that is not immune to poison. So that's pretty darn cool. I'm excited about that. I'm hopefully looking forward to using Cerulege to his fullest potential. And Cloth with that new loaded dice. We're going to have fun with that. Alright, so without further ado, let's get to it. Whoa, you can't be here. This base belongs to Team Star. If you don't clear out real quick, I'll have to come at you in self-defense, you get me? I'm not turning back. Well, alright, time for me to self-defense the snot right out of you. You are challenged by Team Star Grunt. I know the Grunts pretty much have never had names, but I kind of wish they did. Alright, so we're going to Aqua Cutter this Pokemon to death. Goodbye. And we got some levels on our Pokemans. I defended myself all right, but it wasn't enough. Man, you're crazy strong. Wait, are you that kid who declared war on Team Star? Call me Zeke. Whoa, thanks for the terrible news. Excuse me while I book it back to the rest of my crew. Hasta la vista! the star is just so nuts. Hi, Zeke. Cassiopeia told me to scope out the fire crew's base. I thought I'd give you some backup now that I'm through, but seems you're all set. Fool! Foom! What? Foo-foo! Is that you, Charlos? I thought so. What are you doing here? Is this Pokemon yours? This is Charlos, the Char Cadet. He's one of the Pokemon the Academy takes care of within its grounds. Ah, Charlos, wait! He ran off. It looks like he may have some connection to Team Star's fire crew. I'd better chase after him. Don't worry, I'll regroup with you soon enough. You press ahead into the base, Zeke. His name. His voice, more or less. I see you dealt with the grunt standing guard. Nice work. Stationed inside that base is Team Star's fire crew, the Shadar Squad. Their boss, Mela, is the best all-rounder of the team. She fixes any and every problem thrown her way, though her methods are heavy-handed. Our declaration of war must have made her blood boil. I bet even now her grunts are hard at work inside the base, trying to keep her fury under control. That means your best move is to take down all the grunts nice and quick. Once there's no one left to help Mela, keep her cool. She should come out to confront you. Ring the bell on the gates once you're ready to kick off this phase of the operation. Time to wipe the Shadar Squad off the map. Okay, so we got some good old prize money. And we're going to go ahead and ring the bell immediately. Yes, I am ready to challenge the Team Star base with my top 3 Pokemons. Pokemans. Beep. Kazop. Some kid lucked out beating one of our sister squads, and now he thinks he can take us on. Time to give him the boot, gang. Let's show this Gatecrasher what Team Star can do. And if you're listening, Gatecrasher, know this. Unless you can beat 30 of our Pokemon in 10 minutes, our boss won't lift a finger to deal with the likes of you. Such weird rules. Defeat 30 of Team Star's Pokemon. I'm pretty much of the impression that there is no way you could possibly fail this. I mean, well, the time, I should say, the time. There's no way to fail the time in this. If you fail the time, I would dare say it's because you either lack an understanding of, like what to do or what Pokemon to have on your team. Because, honest to goodness, it's so darn easy. It kind of blows my mind because how these like battle encounters work, where you're doing these overworld like auto battles, is pretty simple. Basically, if you have a type advantage, you're around the same level or higher, and you do have a super effective move, you're going to win. Which I can understand why they would simplify it. But I do have to say, it's kind of a little bit odd that there's no, like, there's nothing more to its effectiveness. Like, stats are not calculated in, so it's kind of like all or nothing. Either you have a good enough team to deal with it, or you don't. Our defenses are breached. It's all up to the boss now. Team Starfire crew. These ugly cars. Boss of Team Star's fire crew, Mela. So you're the dope who picked a fight with Team Star. I don't know why you'd do something so stupid, and I don't care. You challenged us, so we'll beat you down. That's all there is to it. Prepare to get messed up. I have a feeling I might be messing you up. Just a feeling. You are challenged by Mela of Team Star. Right here, right now, you're going down. Yeah, so I was under the impression, and I'm very glad this is not the case, but I was under the impression that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet were going to have Mela as like the main boss of Team Star, and I was kind of going to be very upset about that. I was going to be complaining about it also. I'll just put that out there. But since that's not the case, and she's only a boss of a single crew, I'm kind of more grateful because she looks like a dope. She looks like a dope. I don't know if I want to terrestrialize Veluza here. Let's just go with Aqua Cutter for the time being. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. That was for the rest of the Shadar squad. We're switching out immediately. That damage was pathetic. Like, actually pathetic. We're switching out and using our good old friend with good old Rock Blast. Hopefully we'll get some 5 hits if we need them. Clear Smog. I resist that. Don't care. Don't know why you keep using that. But we are going to go ahead and Rock Blast. This Torkoal is highly defensive. I also don't really have a special attacker. Alright, so 4 hits. This move will torch you till there ain't nothing but ash left. Alright, so he might outspeed us next turn. Oh, wait, no, that was Flame Wheel, not Flame Charge. Alright, so you're gone. Pokemon was hit 1 time, uno time. And then Mela sent out Revavroom already? Shh, I ain't burned to a crisp just yet. Alright, so let's see. We're going to go ahead and maybe terrestrializing here would be good. I almost want to say, okay, so here's my thing. I don't think that the Revavrooms are any kind of, like, different. Well, I don't know. Are they, like, special bosses that have, like, different typings? Because it's saying Rock Blast is super effective. The real Revavroom is a Steel Poison type, which I believe quad resist rock. No, I don't think Poison resist rock. Who knows? Who cares? We're going to terrestrialize, and we're going to Rock Blast. Watch us faint immediately. That would be actually kind of funny. Yeah, the rock terrestrialization crown looks so weird. Screech. Cloth is most likely going to faint next turn. Well, we could hit 5 times here. I have found that the Revavrooms are actually pretty tough fights. Okay, that was 4. And we actually hit 5 times. Cool. Revavroom speed boost. Let's go with Protect for a moment. Just to scout what he's doing? Blazing Torque. Okay, so I don't know if that's special or not. If it's special, we're fainting next turn. If it's physical, we might survive it. Let's find out. Okay, we did survive it quite well. Even use Screech, though. I was actually kind of afraid that we were not going to survive it because of Screech. But next turn we shouldn't survive because now we're 3 stages lowered in defense. Doesn't matter, we're hitting at least 4 times. This Pokemon is gone. Our Cloth, the star of the show. Man, I just have to say, I really do think Loaded Dice has to be my favorite item in the game. I do like Expert Belt, too. Can't wait to get that. Ugh, is this really how it's going to end? What a hassle. About a year and a half ago. Man, what a hassle. Pulled it off just in time. Welcome back, Mela. I managed to get a bunch of Charcadet to evolve. That ought to be enough to power the Starmobile and finally get that hunk of metal rolling. Glad tidings, indeed. Is it not so, Ortega? I'm just surprised she's not all hot air. Oh, shut it with the snide comments. You can be such an annoying twerp, you know that? As if you're any better, Mela. Being rude and saying mean things is literally your whole deal. That's not true, Ordy. The girls at the academy have always been jealous of how cute Mela is. She just puts on a surly attitude, so they'll stop picking on her. Although I guess you're not wrong to say that her surly attitude is what people know her for. What? Come on, not you too, Eerie. How about we leave it at that, folks? It's almost time for that big event. Yes, Operation Star. It's finally happening. And the big boss? What, pray, is her plan? They already got in touch with all the bullies and asked them to head over to the schoolyard. It's finally time, huh? Man, I'm so stoked. The thrill's burning me right up. I burned through everything I had, and now I've sputtered out. Guess this is where it ends. That Veluza of yours really let us have it. Beating me in battle is a huge deal, so here, take this star badge and be proud of yourself. That Veluza really let her team have it. Oh, gosh. I'm pretty sure Veluza would have fainted if I kept him in. While I'm at it, you can have this TM too. Not like I'm going to use it. Flame Charge. Don't need it. Let me make one thing clear. I'm not giving these to you. I'm giving them to your Veluza. My Veluza is really cool Pokemon. You got what you came for. Now leave me alone. You're Mela from Team Star, right? There's a Pokemon I'd like you to see. Huh? Who you're supposed to be? A Charcadet? Wait. Well, if it ain't Charlos, what are you doing here? It seems he came to this base looking for you. You did? He's very attached to you, isn't he? Yeah, 'cause I used to play with him every day back when I was still going to school. I can even tell more or less what he's thinking just by looking at the way his flames move. Do you have any idea why Charlos wanted to visit you? Charlos. To me, it looks like he's trying to say he wants to come back. Just shut it already, would you? They say Team Star has holed itself up in these bases to plot something against the Academy. Were you aware of this? First I've heard of that stupid rumor like that.
Man, nothing's changed since back then. Everyone's still spouting garbage.
Then what about that modified car you were motoring around in just now?
The Starmobile? We made that thing a long time ago to help us out with the big fight. But we never actually used it against anyone before you two came looking for trouble.
You never used it before? And what's this about a big fight?
You ever heard of Operation Star?
Operation Star? Not Operation Starfall? No, this is the first time I'm hearing of it.
Huh. Yeah, I guess you wouldn't know. But for me and the rest of Team Star, it's a memory we'll always treasure. Zeke, it's me. I take it that Mela's star badge is now in your possession? I see. Now that there's no boss to lead them, the rest of the Shadar squad shouldn't last long. Mela. Sorry, I got distracted for a second there again. Now about your reward, I'll transfer some LP over to your phone, as promised.
Thank you for the life points.
You can now make more kinds of TMs using the TM machine. Use those new TMs to strengthen your Pokémon even further. I'll have my supply unit rep meet you shortly to deliver some bonus materials too. Hello, it's me again from the supply unit. What the heck? Hey, stop that! Somebody help!
Shy around giant animals that could eat you in one bite?
Blech, it drooled all over me. What even is that Pokemon anyway?
He's really awesome.
I guess that's one word for it, but wait. Is it really that special? Before I forget, here's your reward.
You receive lots of Pokemon materials.
Your name's Zeke, right? Since you're part of Operation Starfall's battle unit, can I ask you something? What do you think of Team Star?
I'd say they're pretty strong. In fact, we had a pretty rough time fighting Giacomo.
Interesting. You know, some of the rumors say Team Star wasn't always a bunch of delinquents. Most of them used to be victims of bullying, or they just found it hard to interact with people. But then these misfits and outsiders found each other and banded together to form Team Star. All they wanted to do was push back against the bullies they couldn't face alone. But, that's just info I got by hacking into other students' social media accounts. I also found talk about some secret mastermind behind the 5 bosses. Someone who recruited them to the team in the first place. I don't normally talk this much. Now my throat kinda hurts. So, good luck with taking down the other bases and stuff.
Goodbye, Penny. Alrighty. So, I wonder what TMs we have to craft. No, we don't want to go there. Let's see. Let's find our way flying back to... Oh, can we fly here? That's interesting. We are definitely going to fly here, though. I do want to check that. I really would like to check to see what kind of TMs we can make before we move on. And yes, we would like a TM. Alright, so Scary Face, Protect, Swift, Baton Pass. So Baton Pass and Sleep Talk seem new. Fire Fang, let's see. Will-O-Wisp is definitely new. Water Pulse might be new. Volt Switch, we had that. Charge Beam might be new. Eerie Impulse. Bullet Seed. Can learn. Would be cool. I don't know all the moves that our good old friend learns down there, the grass type. But it doesn't really matter. Okay, low kick, low sweep. Acid spray, okay, Veno shock. We actually have quite a lot of interesting moves we can learn. Acrobatics. Now there's a fantastic move. Kind of interesting though. I have to knock out 3 Watrels and Bombardiers for that. I wish you could just buy, not just make materials, but just buy these TMs, like outright. Hopefully there will be stores that do that. Maybe not all TMs, but who knows? Alright, Dragon Tail, Fake Tears. Yeah, we have a lot of TMs now that we can make. That's pretty cool. We're not going to be making any at this current moment, but I think that's all for today's episode. I want to thank you for joining me as we took on the fire crew of Team Star and defeated their boss, Mela. If you like my content, please upvote and follow, or like and subscribe depending on your platform, and keep up to date with all my content. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that wonderful stuff that has to be said, I guess. And while you're at it, have a great and glorious day gaming.